Hello, duelists, and welcome to another edition of This Month in Master Duel. My name is Ed.
And my name is Ibris, and I'm very happy to be joining Ed to present this month's episode to you.
It's always nice to see you, Ibris. How are you doing this month?
Very well, thank you, Ed. Very happy, as I said, to be here with you and our good friend, the Rescue Rabbit.
Yes, who unfortunately wasn't here in the last episode, but was in our first episode, and actually had to be rescued because they had a little bit of a tumble off the side of the chair. But now Rescue Rabbit has their own plinth. Sure, it'll all be safe. Just no wild flailing. I know you're right.
The elbow kind of took it out a little bit in that December episode, as you mentioned, but I think we're pretty safe from this point onwards.
Possibly, so don't get too excited, no flailing. And, Ibris, there's plenty to get excited about in this episode. Let's go through exactly what you guys are going to go through. The point of this show is to make sure that you, the players of Yu-Gi-Oh! Master Duel, know exactly what's recently happened and what you can look forward to this month. And this month, there is a lot to talk about. For instance, we have some very exciting tournaments that we're going to be discussing. On top of that, we have some alternative artwork cards we're going to discuss. We have a selection pack. We have some duels that we're going to take you guys through. And also, we have a very special celebration that we're going to be going into detail on a bit later.
So much to come, and we are so excited to be able to bring it to you. No dinosaur theme pack this time around, but there's a certain dragon that we're both very passionate about, with an entire campaign dedicated to it.
Indeed, and we will be getting to that later on. But as usual, Ibris, the first thing that I have to do is our usual challenge. As you know, I like to give Ibris a 60-second challenge to see if he can sum up everything that's sort of just happened and the things that we can look forward to, but not in too much detail, because that's why we're here for the show. Ibris, can you do 60 seconds?
Yeah. Every time I kind of say yes, and every time it's a bit tight, but we'll do our best.
Well, every time you've managed to get to a minute and not underrun, not overrun, can you do it again?
Yeah, but despite an impeccable sense of timing, I have not always included every update for that month in it. And while we do have a lot of content, as you mentioned, for this time, so I guess good luck to me?
Yes, definitely good luck to you. Okay, you ready?
Yeah.
Okay, your
As I'll
time
ever be.
starts now.
So, let's rewind back to the start of January. We had the Indomitable Pride selection pack that brought back the Super Heavy Samurai. Really, really cool to see where those went. We had the dinosaur-themed pack that both of us absolutely loved, the Transcendentalism secret pack.
Of course.
Moving on from that, of course, we've had a Forbidden Limited List announcement. We've had a Mayakashi solo mode gate. We had the Theme Chronicle event, and at the start of this month, today, we've had some really exciting packs come. We have the selection pack Name of Champions. We have the selection pack Ride into the Future. We have the campaign for the 25th anniversary of the card game. We have the campaign for the 2nd anniversary of the Master Duel game. We have Secret Pack, Burst of Zapping Energy. We have...
Your 60 seconds is up, but this is good. This is all good stuff, Ibris, but slightly overran. How do you feel?
Okay. A little bit short of breath, if you can tell, towards the end of that. But all in all, pretty happy.
It's a lot to remember and pump out in 60 seconds, but you did well. Let's go through some of the things that have come that you've also mentioned. So the card game 25th anniversary login campaign, that's the first thing that we should talk about.
Yeah, so the 25th anniversary Yu-Gi-Oh! Card games, you know, we've spoken about this topic separately before, how iconic Yu-Gi-Oh! Card games have been, how much of a fundamental part of our lives the game has been overall to us. And celebrating that with the Magicians of Bonds and Unity Royal Finish card that players received completely for free.
And you and I are here in Bonds and Unity, Ibris. See, it's always easy to connect these things together. You also mentioned a Forbidden and Limited list, which actually is a lot smaller this time than some of the more previous ones that we've seen.
Yeah, just a couple of highlights from this one relative to the massive list that came following December's Duelist Cup. The limit to Bestial Saronir, of course, hitting the consistency of a lot of those more popular decks that relied upon that card. Some hits towards the Labyrinth deck that was really making a splash with the trap focus as well. And the Conquistador of the Golden Land. Now, I remember back at the start of Master Duel's launch when Eldritch decks were really taking the competitive environment by storm.
They were rife. Yeah. They were everywhere, and that was
I mean, it's what a conquistador does.
Quite right,
Conquers.
but it was what I was most intimidated of whenever I would jump into ranked, was going against that, because my dinosaur deck can't do anything against that Eldritch deck. But you also mentioned a couple of packs, which we're going to go into later, but there's one that you didn't mention, and that is to do with Effect Veiler.
Yes, and Effect Veiler, of course, being one of those super popular cards that really runs disruption on your opponent. It is now available in a set with 10 master packs, similar to what we've seen in the store for the likes of Nibiru the Primal Being, Infinite Impermanence, Ash Blossom and Joy Spring.
Triple Tactics.
Really popular.
It is very popular. This is a really useful way to get your hands on a very staple card and be able to, maybe grab some extra stuff in there as well in those packs. But speaking of staple cards, that actually links us quite well into something important, because using that's my segue,
Okay.
because when we're talking about these staple cards, these see really competitive play, and competitive play needs tournaments, and that leads us very excitingly to talk about the Challenger Cups.
Now, Challenger Cups are the influencer-led tournaments across Europe sanctioned by Konami. Players from all over Europe can take part in some of their favorite content creators' events and win some really cool prizes while playing against some of the best players in Europe.
Absolutely, it's very exciting. So we're going to speak to one of our Challenger Cup hosts who's going to take you through some of their favorite highlights.
Hello everyone. My name is Sebastian Lemke, also in the content creator world known as Lampy. I'm one of the hosts for this winter season of Challenger Cups, and I'm also a regular competitor in them, and I'm going to show you what's going on currently in the most competitive tournament environment that we have in Europe for Master Duel. You might be thinking, hey, at the end of the day, this is still Europe, so probably plants everywhere, Rika Sanavlong dominating every single Challenger Cup. Jessica Robinson now also is hosting Challenger Cups herself. But still there's so many other different decks. To be fair though, this is still pretty insane, and Rika is still definitely winning at Challenger Cups. But now over to some pretty cool plays. First of all, we have Mathmech here, playing versus Labyrinth, and Small World usually is being used to search out Engine, Mathmech Circular or Diameter or something, but here we grab the Ash Blossom and Joyous Spring, which is able to stop the Welcome Labyrinth trap cards, which we know that they are there for our opponents, so very smart and heads up play, and because of that, Mathmech can just play through this Labyrinth field here with ease. Mathmech in general is doing pretty good in this Challenger Cups at the moment. Sometimes it even brings the frustration out of the opponents, because here every single play was stopped by the Super Heavy Samurai player, and therefore he himself decided to just go into the battle phase and crash into that big Firewall boss monster, and then the game was over. Another big new deck, of course, in the winter season of Challenger Cups is Mannadium. It's creating big fields, it's the new big combo deck next to Super Heavy Samurai. Sometimes though, you have to start off your turn and your combo by normal summoning Ash Blossom and Joyous Spring. Even that brings you to victory though. Another big competitor in the Master Duel Challenger Cup environment right now is Branded, and here we are about to see a pretty cool turn. We are going to use Branded Banishment, which gets met with the Baron de Fleur negating it, but that's all we wanted, because now the Branded player can go ahead and activate Triple Tactics Thrust, getting himself a copy of Triple Tactics Talent. Now he activates that, after the Drone Lockbird also coming down, to take control of a monster, and the Super Heavy Samurai player uses the Zeus, completely wiping his own field. His Pendulum Scales are gone, because he's like, you can't do anything with the Zeus. Branded doesn't play any Link monsters or anything, so what is he supposed to do with the Zeus? Nothing can happen there, I will be safe with just the Zeus back to me in the end phase. But the Branded player is like, hey, I can just get Branded Retribution off, get myself Branded Fusion back to the hand. I will then, afterwards, activate that Branded Fusion, get that Albion onto the field. Albion will activate its effect, and then Albion will of course also get another big monster onto the field. And just like that, the Super Heavy Samurai player thinking, hey, he will not be able to do anything too big with the Zeus. It's game on the field and we're attacking for game just after that. But not only that, Branded in general can put up huge fields going first. As you can see, there is 3 trap cards, there's Mirror Jade, there's Quem and Cartesia. You tell me who's playing through that. Sometimes we all know it, even in the first turn it can go up to Chainlink number 5. Here we start things off with Signet Mining, which gets met with Maxi saying, hey, I want to draw some cards here on your turn. That gets met with Called by the Grave saying, you ain't drawing any cards. No. But Ghost Spell in Haunted Mansion says, yes, I do want to draw cards. But that gets met with a second Called by the Grave saying no again. So that will just resolve the silent mining and not resolve the Maxi in the end. Even myself already won a cup this season, so if you want to catch me summoning punk monsters and gold bright monsters this season of the Challenger Cups, definitely make sure to join the action as well and you can compete against that. And if you are wondering how the deck is doing that Joshua Schmidt used to win the World Championship, Naturia Runic's still doing fine. Drawing 3 cards on our opponent's turn, also summoning out Sunflower in the opponent's turn still. I think we can win Challenger Cups with that too. Super cool as well is that OG Stardust Dragon has returned to the meta by being played in Super Heavy Samurai. Here, we are using Axel Synchro Stardust Dragon to get out the Stardust Dragon and immediately Synchro Summon into Baron de Fleur before our opponent can get interruption onto the field. Before you get too excited, this is not about the Dino player on the top, but about the Super Heavy Samurai player, putting up a crazy combo field, now even triggering the effect of Lambda to search for Gamma in the end phase, so this is super tough to overcome with only 5 cards starting our turn. As I said, Super Heavy Samurai feels very tough to overcome, and here it looks very hard for that Kashtira player. He has 3 spell cards in hand versus Naturia Beast, he's also facing Maxi now, but still, he found a way through this field, I can tell you. We just attack over the Naturia Beast, go into the main phase 2, because our spell cards are now live again, we can use the Small World, which gets negated by the Regulus, or is trying to get negated by the Regulus, that gets met with the Caught by the Grave, forcing out the Baron de Fleur. So, by just doing that, we have already forced out all of the interruptions by our opponent, which is huge, because now on resolve of that, we can also just trigger the effect of Kashtira Fenrir, right away getting rid of the first card on the opponent's side of the field, which is the Baron de Fleur. So, just by playing a couple of cards, we broke through this entire field, so you can still do it. This replay had me smile, because usually, you're summoning out Lubellion or maybe Mirror Jade with your Albion, but here in this case, Albion, the branded dragon, was used to summon out Blue Eyes Tyrant Dragon, so just another way to summon out a powerful Blue Eyes monster. I didn't talk about the Dino player earlier, but he has to be mentioned. There is one guy that always plays Dinos and he's topping Challenger Cups left and right, always performing very well with it. So the message to you should be that you can play whatever deck you like the most and you will be able to have success in Challenger Cups. And here in this specific situation, he is playing versus the almighty Rika strategy, of course, and he's ending on Ultimate Conductor Tyranno, having a baby Ceratosaurus in hand, and his opponent, in the end phase, gets back the Rika Patel, but then, drawing for turn, he's just going to pick up another Lone Fire Blossom. Not like this. So that's it for now. I hope I see you very soon in the Challenger Cup action, either playing against me or you joining one of my cups. The Challenger Cups really have found a special place in my heart, so let's play some Master Duel online against each other.
Very exciting to see those highlights from Challenger Cups. And if you guys want to take part in a Challenger Cup, make sure you guys go and sign up so you get the opportunity to win some amazing prizes and test your mettle in the world of Master Duel. Pretty exciting.
Yeah, certainly is. Really exciting to see not only our content creators presenting this and the high-level gameplay from many players across Europe, but again, that high-level gameplay comes from some of the best players in the world.
It certainly does, and Challenger Cups are such an exciting way to sort of bridge the community and content together. And speaking of bridging the community and content together, segue, Ibris.
Wow.
Watch this.
Very good.
This is going to be where we talk about a very exciting upcoming tournament. Now, a year ago, you guys will remember that we actually took part in the Master Duel Invitational, where we had all sorts of European content creators come together for a really exciting tournament. And we're very happy to announce that the Master Duel 2nd Anniversary Invitational is going to be taking place on February 24th. And we both took part in the first one. I'm so excited for another one.
Yeah, really exciting to see some of the top players and top content creators across Europe team up and play against each other on that stage.
It's really exciting. It's going to be so much fun. So make sure you guys tune in on YouTube and Twitch on February 24th and make sure you're involved in all the action. Goodness me, I'm so excited for that. That first one was one of my favorite things we've ever done in Master Duel. Obviously, this show as well, Ibris, but that was really my highlight.
Yeah, glad to hear it. I'm very happy as well to see that that is coming back, and really exciting to see what kind of content comes out around the 2nd anniversary.
Absolutely. It's going to be good. Make sure you guys tune in. Now, we've got lots of things to discuss, so we're going to move on to our first topic of things that you can be excited for, which right now we're going to talk about some alternative art cards that you guys can get your hands on. The first of which, a really staple, powerful Link card, and that is Appaloosa, Bow of the Goddess. Now, a lot of people have seen the original card art. It's one of those ones that everyone has in their deck. Even I, as a dinosaur player, have this Link 4 in my deck, Ibris.
I mean, I, as a Fortune Lady player, had this in my deck for a good period of time.
It's so staple. It's such a good one. It's such a disruptive card. Prevents a lot of those effects going off. And you can see this lovely card art. Now, I've mentioned this before to you, that some people never know if Appaloosa is the girl, the bear, or the bow. But there's no bear here, so now we've narrowed it down to probably the bow. You know what I mean?
It's in the name.
It features heavily.
Yeah. Not only is this a fantastic card artwork-wise, but also super, super versatile for a lot of different strategies. As long as you can get the requisite 4 materials out, you can then access a card that has really, really powerful negation effects and pretty much seals the deal if you can get it out at the right time.
Absolutely, and another one of those negation effect cards that has an alternative artwork coming to Master Duel is, of course, Ash Blossom and the Joyous Spring. Now, this is an artwork that everybody has seen before, and one that I'm sure plenty of you are excited is coming to the game, because this is a card that sees play in, I'd say, almost every deck at this point.
Yeah, this has to be the most popular, or maybe second most popular after a certain level 2 Earth Insect. Disruption that we see consistently applied to almost every competitive deck.
Absolutely, and Appaloosa you can get as part of the secret pack Guardians of the Sacred Sky, and Ash Blossom and the Joyous Spring you can get as part of the selection pack Name of Champions, which actually features some really staple cards, including Harpy's Feather Duster, Baron de Fleur, even Raigeki, Ibris.
Yeah, and for the most part, once you resolve one of these cards successfully, it is really difficult for your opponent to get back into the game.
It certainly is, and this is one that I'm sure people are going to want to get their hands on, so make sure you guys do go and check out that secret pack and also that selection pack and get your hands on some of those staple cards. Now, Ibris, speaking of staple cards...
Oh, you forgot to do the segue.
Oh, you're right, sorry, I did segue there. So speaking of staple cards, I have a little bit of a challenge for you, my friend. So you know how I always give you the 60-second challenge at the beginning? Well,
okay.
I have a slightly different one for you now. So... we all know that certain decks have percentage uses of cards, especially staple cards, Ibris. You see where I'm going with this?
Yes.
I'm going to give you a list of cards, including the two we've just talked about, and I want you to guess within, what should we say? What's the margin of error we should give for this? Maybe, I'm going to give you 2%.
2%?
Yes, it's not a big margin, I'll give you that, but if you can get within 2% of guessing how many decks these cards are represented in, you won't get any points, but you'll get my respect.
And if I don't get it?
Then you will lose respect.
Okay, fair.
Okay, right. So, first card, I want you to guess a percentage. This card is Appaloosa, Bow of the Goddess, which we've just seen.
Given the fact that we just...
Correct.
Okay, so, I know that this is a really formidable Link monster that really benefits decks that have the ability to get multiple monsters out onto the field to give her more material for the effect. Thinking about it, you know, I said I use it in Fortune Ladies, for all intents and purposes, a synchro deck. It's a Link monster that works in synchro decks.
Can we get a timer up for this production? This is
used it in
taking a lot
Dinosaurs.
longer than I thought, Ibris. What's the percentage, man?
20%.
Incorrect. 15.8% for Appaloosa, Bow of the Goddess.
Okay.
So you weren't far
That was
off.
close.
That was very close.
If
but
you'd given me a 5% margin of error,
no, because then
like a reasonable person.
Well, yeah, you're right. Maybe I should have given you 5, but tell you what, we'll move on to 5 from here. Okay, so next card.
But do you think that percentage usage will increase with the alt artwork?
Well, let's hope so. Maybe we'll see it move to 20%, Ibris. See? Maybe it wasn't a silly guess after all. Okay, your next question. Ash Blossom and the Joyous Spring. Percentage usage.
Okay, so we identified this as being super, super popular, and if not the most iconic disruption in the game, I'd say 90% of decks will use this. 95?
No, stick with 90.
Okay,
it's 91.1.
Nice.
Yes, that was a really good guess. Okay, and you're right. It is one of the most used cards, so that makes sense. Now we're going to move a bit further down. Different card. Triple Tactics Talent.
Okay. So this is really situational, but still, again, as you mentioned, a staple. Really popular card. We saw it a lot at WCS 2023. 60%.
28.2%.
Okay.
I know, not as high as I thought. With
Interesting.
Triple
Yeah,
Tactics
because
talent.
you'd expect a lot of monster effects to be used in your turn. I guess when Triple Tactics Thrust came out, it kind of fulfilled the same niche for a lot of decks that used it.
True. So maybe that's why.
Yeah.
Okay. Next one. Baron de Fleur.
Okay. Another heavy hitter from the selection pack that we mentioned earlier. Another good synchro monster.
Very good. Yep, this is good descriptors, but what's the percentage, Ibris?
45%.
47.5. So I'll give you that. That was actually a very good guess. I'm really not giving you much wiggle room by even psyching you out by going to press the
Yeah,
button.
very much got psyched out by that and then shot in the dark.
True. Okay, final one. Ready?
Yeah.
What percentage card usage is max C?
Okay, so Ash Blossom was 91.1?
Correct.
Okay. We've said that it is the second most popular, so Maxi, I would say, is higher than Ash Blossom.
Correct. So what's your percentage guess?
95%.
95.1. So that is very good. What a good guess. Do you know what, Ibris? Congratulations. I actually think you passed this test with flying colours, mostly.
Thank you. Hopefully
happy?
not
Happy
many
with
of
the
those
effort?
colours were the big red on top of the...
Yes, I admit that was quite a significant
Yeah.
colour in that, but I thought you did very well, Ibris. Congratulations.
Thank you.
You've won my respect. And perhaps the respect of the viewers.
3 out of 5 times I've won your respect.
Correct, yeah. So I suppose that'll do. So we've talked about that card. We've talked about selection pack, name of champions. But we obviously have a very important selection pack to talk about, Ibris, and that is Ride into the Future.
And Ride into the Future is such an exciting pack for us. Seeing some of the cards that were released with it, the Cosmic Quasar Dragon, right on the cover there.
Quite a big one to be talking about, because we actually aren't going to be showing any of the synergies for this, because there are so many ways to get into it. The combos are simply vast, but it is a very important card.
Yeah, Cosmic Quasar Dragon, of course, as Ed mentioned, really a boss monster for the boss monsters of the Synchro decks.
Absolutely.
Super powerful. Once it's out, you've pretty much won the duel, and if you haven't won the duel, you can always tag out into one of the other Synchro monsters that it lets you have access to.
Absolutely. It's really a very big card. I mean, with 4,000 stats, let alone the effects that come with it, it's huge.
Yeah, not only the stats, but the fact that it's kind of a perpetual negate on at least 3 cards on your opponent's side of the field. Really powerful stuff.
Very powerful, and I'm sure a lot of people will be getting a lot of use out of that in their Synchro decks, and maybe even not in some of the heavy Synchro decks. It's just a card that can work in quite a lot of things. And speaking of that, I'm going to try and segue into the next card as well. We're talking about TG Glaive Blaster. Blaster. Almost got it.
Yeah. So TG Glaive Blaster, of course, being another boss monster for another iconic Synchro archetype, you know? Just thinking back to the days of TG Wonder Magician, TG Hyper Librarian, so many TG cards really reinforcing the Synchro strategy, and having one be released now that just kind of seals the deal on a lot of the game-ending capabilities for this deck is super good. You can banish cards, you can take control of cards. There's a lot of versatility there, and getting to this monster is super rewarding.
Absolutely, and for those of you who are interested in playing this card, we are going to take a look at some of the synergies that you guys can use to make sure you're using this card effectively.
Yeah, absolutely. So let's start things off here by going to look at 2 TG Rocket Salamanders in the hand. We'll then normal summon a Rocket Salamander to get the TG Screw Serpent summoned by tributing. The Screw Serpent then uses its effect to get the TG Rocket Salamander back from the graveyard onto the field, and then we'll synchro both into TG over Dragonaut. Over Dragonar's effect will activate to summon the Salamander and the Screw Serpent from the graveyard, will then link summon into TG Trident Launcher. Its effect will then summon the TG Tank Grub from the deck, TG Rocket Salamander from the hand, and TG Over Dragonar from the graveyard. A lot of TG, Ed.
Almost entirely TG, which makes a lot of sense when you think about it.
TG Rocket Salamander will then bring the TG Screw Serpent from the graveyard, the TG Rocket Salamander and the TG Tank Grub will then synchro to TG Mighty Striker. Chain 1 will use the Mighty Striker, Chain 2 will use the Tank Grub, the token will get summoned, the Striker will get the TG Close, the token and the Serpent will then synchro into Hyper Librarian, one of our most iconic TG cards. You'll draw a card. Hyper Librarian, Over Dragonar, and Mighty Striker will then be synchro summoned into TG Glaive Blaster.
Which is the card that we were talking about earlier, which I utterly mispronounced. But I'm glad someone said it correctly, Ibris. But that was, I'd say that's pretty succinct. That's a pretty good way of describing how it all works. It's quite an interesting strategy to see come back to something like Master Duel.
Yeah, a lot of TG cards really do offer a lot of versatility there. There's a lot of synchro climbing involved, there's some card drawing, and ultimately it's just a really self-reliant, self-contained engine that really loans itself to the synchro strategy.
Absolutely, and it's not the only card that we're going to be talking about today, because obviously we talked about Cosmic Quasar Dragon, Glaive Blaster. See, I can do this sometimes. But we also have Dia Bellstar, the Black Witch.
Yeah, Dia Bellstar, the Black Witch, one of the most formidable cards that we've seen in the game as of recent. Really exciting to see it, plus the Sinful Spoils engine come to Master Duel.
It's very exciting, and I'm sure there's a lot of players who are going to be wanting to work this into their strategy. So I didn't have to segue. I don't know why I did the hand that time.
In fact, please give it back to me, because I don't want to segue away from this. I want to talk more about Dia Bellstar, the Black Witch.
Do, please.
Really exciting to see that this card can give a discard to a lot of decks that need it, as well as summoning itself. Level 7, 2500 attack points. Not quite Dark Magician, but still very, very cool to see it.
Absolutely.
In addition to that, the fact that it can get the Sinful Spoils cards onto the field for you as well means that effectively, once you've used the right combination, you can access a level 1 fire monster from your deck. Oftentimes, this is essentially a 1-for-1 for the likes of Fire Kings, for the likes of Rescue Ace, and honestly, it adds a lot of consistency just in and of itself.
Very much so. So why don't we just have a quick look at how we can utilize this card with some of the synergies? Because it's always good to talk about it, but actually I think it's important that we understand how this works.
Yeah, so Wanted Seeker of Sinful Spoils and any other card, it essentially lets you then use the Wanted Seeker of Sinful Spoils to get Dia Bellstar the Black Witch from your deck to your hand. You then discard any card that you want, preferably something that benefits from being sent or from being in the graveyard, to special summon the Dia Bellstar. Then Dia Bellstar, when summoned, will get you original Sinful Spoils Snake Eye from your deck. You'll then activate that to special summon one level 1 fire monster, effectively for free. And looking at it, we do have some examples of level 1 fire monsters that would benefit from being summoned, including Snake Eye Ash, Rescue Ace Hydrant, and Infinoble Knight Renaud.
Expertly done, Ibris. Incredibly eloquently described. See, you've earned my respect once again.
Thank you very much, Ed. I'm very glad to hear that. Yeah, hopefully these cards are also very much deserving of your respect. Otherwise, you may find yourself on another big loss streak.
Thanks, yeah, Ibris. I much appreciate you talking about my ranked losing streak, but that's probably because I'm using dinos, who are now better thanks to last month in Master Duel. But this month in Master Duel, these are the kind of things that we're focusing on. So make sure you guys get your hand on that selection pack Ride into the Future, so you guys can get those 3 cards that we've just talked about and work in some of those synergies into your strategy. Now, we're going to be right back in just a moment, because we want to show you guys a little duel, which is going to hopefully feature some of the cards that we've just shown you.
Hi, I'm Vince. I'm a French player since 2005. I won YCS in 2009, and I will play against Guardian Celta in a Master Duel match.
Hey guys, it's Guardian Celta from Spain, and I'm going to face Vince in only one game of Master Duel, and I want you to enjoy it.
I will be playing this time Rescue Ace because the new pack in Master Duel get us Jabal Star, and it will be a new way to try the deck again, and I hope it will be fine.
By my side, I'm going to play Vanadium because it's a deck that I really enjoyed, and I think the new card that is Crimson Dragon is a really good for playing through Dispatcher and Bar on the Floor.
Okay, so I'm going second. It's not a good thing for Rescue Ace because you need to start and try to enable your board.
So, I think the best is Calarium. Okay. Okay, there's no troll.
Okay, so you reveal one, just the one he grab, draw two, okay.
Normal summon Meek. Response.
Okay, so he's going to make, he will special the Rimheart, I will maxi. And I hope he doesn't have Call by the Grave. If he has it, I think I lost, but...
We can't play through Max T. The best card in the game? I have to play, I cannot play. It's a big problem. But that's the game. So right now we can go through Axel Synchron and later to Bar on the Floor. Maybe Crimson Dragon. But each monster with special summon is one card more from him.
I guess he's thinking now. I have two Ash, so maybe my goal will be to Nibiru then Ash the follow-up. So I will have one Ash on this turn and one Ash on my turn.
I think it is Axel Synchron. That's it, Axel Synchron.
I will say okay to that and I will Nibiru before he Barons. Because if he has the 8 and the 2, I will not be able to Nibiru anymore.
Nibiru, that's okay. That's the question. Yeah, I know. I know, my friend. No problem. We can play. We can still play. Okay. No, maybe no play.
Okay, he wants to get to the Scarecrow Engine. I will try to Ash this, I think.
Ooh. Okay. Okay. Pastor. I'm sorry.
Okay, goes to end phase. That is pretty good for me. We have a draw and Logbird, and we are in standby phase, main phase 1. I will try to use Jabel Star. So I have to discard one card. I will discard Wanted, so I will be able to cycle it then with the original Snake Eye. My Jabel Star will have his effect to put one spell from my deck. I will pull this one, of course. Then I will use the card. So original Snake Eyes allows me to special summon one level 1 from my deck. And I will summon my Hydrant, of course, from my deck. It's important. Hydrant says that I'm able to grab one Rescue Ace monsters.
Maybe he will add the lifter. The lifter, okay. Now it's the troll.
And my opponent has a Drawn Logbird. I will definitely call by that. The problem is I will not be able to use Drawn Logbird in my opponent's turn, but I feel like this is not that important right now.
Call to the ass. Means you have everything in your hand. It's not possible.
I will normal summon Airlifter. Airlifter is different than Hydrant because I can bring a spell from my deck. I will bring Alert. Alert has 2 effects. I can add one Rescue Ace from my deck because I have Hydrant on the board. And I will add Turbulence, which is the boss monsters. Then I will perform a Length Summon with my Hydrant with an Anima. Anima says that he's able to target a monster in front of him and take it as an equipment, but of course it doesn't give attack. I will have to look at the opponent's graveyard. He has a warrior, he has Axial Synchro. It doesn't have like something I could use, doesn't have Ash or something. This is pretty annoying for me. But maybe I'm able to do something useful. I have Promethean Princess, but I want to keep my Nibiru to try to kill him. So maybe my best thing is like to put the Phoenix. So I will activate the Phoenix to destroy his spell and trap cards. I will discard my draw since it's under Call by the Grave for the next turn. Then I will special summon the Turbulence. So I have to banish 2 cards from our graveyard. It's not really important because there is no preventer in Master Duel for now. So it's not important to... Oh, I think I have like one off because I wanted to destroy the card.
Set 4, the best card in the game. Turbulence is a custom card.
Select cards you want. Oh, this is new features. So you can choose after you put the cards to do things like this. So maybe since it's a League 2 monster, maybe I'm able to use Promethean to kill him. Because Promethean is like Link 3, so I can Link 3, then summon again Turbulence and try to kill him that way. But I have to be careful because when I use Promethean Princess, I am locked on Fire Monster. But it's not a problem since Turbulence is a Fire Monster. And I will try to go in Battle Phase.
That's it, my friend.
And I think this match is a perfect way to show what Rescue Ace is able to do on Master Duel right now. And I think it's a pretty good deck.
That's it, my friend. Congrats, Beans.
Welcome back to this month in Master Duel. So, we have talked about quite a few things, including new artwork cards and also our recent selection pack. But now we get to talk about some very, very exciting things to do with our 2nd anniversary of Master Duel. But before we get there, Ibris, there's one very exciting thing that we need to tell people about.
Ah, yes, and of course you are referring to the ongoing campaign with a vote for the next card protector to be featured in Yu-Gi-Oh! Master Duel.
Absolutely. On our website, which you can also access via our social accounts, you guys can find your way to a poll where the top voted one of these cards that you guys can suggest any of and vote on is going to be the next card protector. Now, I'm going to put my 2 cents in here. I'd like people to vote for Ultimate Conductor Tyranno.
Okay.
Maybe that's just me.
Hello, you got very, very cool dinosaur accessories last month with the Soul Eating of a Raptor mate.
Absolutely.
So I would kindly ask that
Back
Elemental
off a
Hero
bit.
Neos
Okay.
gets fair consideration.
I mean, that definitely makes sense. That would be a very good one.
That being said, we did see some excellent artwork come to Master Duel with this update, as you mentioned earlier. The Appaloosa Bow of the Goddess alternate artwork, for example.
That would make a very, very good card protector. So we'll have to see exactly what people choose. So make sure you guys do head to that website and also head to our socials and take part in that poll and be a part of the game's history by choosing the next protector. Now, enough about that, Ibris, because like we said, it is the Master Duel 2nd anniversary, and there is so much to talk about with this.
Yeah, and of course, first and foremost, we have to talk about Blue Eyes White Dragon, the most iconic monster in Yu-Gi-Oh! History.
Absolutely, and what's really exciting about that is there's going to be a whole bundle to do with this you guys get your hands on, but we're going to go into detail on that later because there's so much to talk about over the history of Master Duel. The fact that the game's been around for 2 years, given us a really, really fun, unique digital platform for the Yu-Gi-Oh! Card game that also took us to the World Championships. We have our first ever appearance of Master Duel in the World Championships and our first ever European World Champion in Joshua Schmidt and also the rest of his team. And that's so exciting.
Really exciting. And again, I love that you've highlighted the international aspect of competition because one of the coolest things about Master Duel is that it has access for players all over the world. They're all playing with one unique Forbidden Limited list, and they are having a fantastic time of it.
They certainly are. And that unique Forbidden Limited list is what really makes the game so interesting, because even playing decks that are sort of off-meta decks, like my deck, the dinosaur deck, has stuff in it.
Or my deck, the dinosaur deck.
No, my deck. This is my deck we're talking about, Ibris. But it has cards in it that are at different rates because of the way it's sort of combined OCG and TCG Forbidden Limited lists. So Oviraptor's at 2, Misk is at 3, Max C is legal. These are all things that we don't necessarily have in the TCG. So it really brings a unique format and indeed a unique meta to the game. And so to be able to play that for the last 2 years and see how that's evolved has been, just for me, so exciting.
Yeah, and speaking of Forbidden Limited lists and Master Duel's history, of course, we mentioned earlier the Eldritch from back at launch. You know, you had that and Drytron really being super popular, Tri-Brigade as well, and it's really exciting to see how the game has evolved since then. We saw Tearlaments back during WCS period, Kashtira for a good period there as well, Pearly, Branded has come back again, by the way, Super Heavy Samurai as well, just a lot of variants there and a lot of cool things to celebrate throughout the history of the game.
For sure, and the best part of it, Ibris, has been getting to do this show with you.
And our good friend, the Rescue Rabbit.
Of course.
But I'm inclined to agree.
Thank you, Ibris.
Yeah.
So,
you know, this Rescue Rabbit, been here with you since day one. The go-to mate of the game.
True, very true. That is the
go-to mate
standard
of our real life as well.
I know, we're really bringing the game to the big screen here this month in Master Duel. But you did also mention earlier a very exciting Blue Eyes bundle. So let's take a look at this little bit of a clip that we've got to show you exactly what's in that bundle. This set is just the most exciting thing to have, not only if you're a long-time fan of Yu-Gi-Oh!, but also if you're a classic fan of Yu-Gi-Oh!
Yeah, really loving this classic artwork of the Blue Eyes White Dragon. Such a beautiful card, such a core memory as someone that has played Yu-Gi-Oh! Card games for so long.
It's the first deck I ever had. My brother had the Dark Magician one. I had the Kaiba starter deck. That was the way it all started for me, and it's led us, Ibris, to here. You had the same deck as well, didn't you?
Yeah, absolutely. And now 2 years of Master Duel, so many years of Yu-Gi-Oh!
I mean, it all comes full circle, doesn't it? But speaking of full circle, one of the sword words more of a hexagon.
Yeah, hexagon.
I'm trying to segue, but it hasn't quite worked. So some of the things that you guys can get in that set are an icon and an icon frame, so that you guys can really show that off while you're in your ranked or even your casual games, showing it off on your duel profile. You get a deck case and protectors as well, so just something, a little bit of extra flavor, Blue Eyes flavor, you can add to your decks.
And of course, one of the most beautiful duel fields we have ever seen now coming with this set. I really love it.
It's the best. It's the most excited I've ever been for a duel field. It just looks incredible. It feels very iconic, or just looking at it from that clip. So I'm so excited to see that one come out.
Yeah, and in addition to that, even if you're showing off all of this to your opponents in your duels, if you just want to admire this Blue Eyes White Dragon artwork some more, you can set it on your home screen as your wallpaper.
You certainly can. And then every time you log in, that Blue Eyes White Dragon will be staring you in the face. So if you guys do want to get your hands on this, make sure you head over to the store and buy that set right now, so you can get your hands on all that fantastic Blue Eyes memorabilia. However, there is one thing that we didn't reveal, and that is the iconic Blue Eyes White Dragon card that you guys have seen before. We all know this card. It's one of the cards that kickstarted most of our lives when it came to Yu-Gi-Oh! But have you seen it in that royal finish? This just looks glorious.
Absolutely stunning. Blue Eyes White Dragon. Beautiful card.
In that royal finish. I love the royal finish as well. And to have the card that sort of started it all for me in that finish, I am so happy to get my hands on. So make sure that you guys do go and get that bundle, because that is exactly the kind of thing that you need to really celebrate the Blue Eyes White Dragon. However, it's not the only thing that we have to talk about with these.
Indeed, it's also not the only celebration tied to the Blue Eyes White Dragon. The 2nd anniversary of Yu-Gi-Oh! Master Duel, Ed.
It certainly is. We have a login campaign which you guys can take part in now. When you log in, you can get 1,000 gems, and you get 3 2nd anniversary pack tickets.
Yeah, the UR pack ticket, similar to what you got with the 1st anniversary. Really, really happy to see that, of course. I love royal finish cards.
They are the best. And also the fact that you guys get those 3 guaranteed URs just really means that you'll be able to just really lean into this sort of 2nd anniversary Master Duel season with such ease. So make sure you guys are taking part in that login campaign, get your 1,000 gems, get your 3 UR tickets, and really make the most of the Master Duel 2nd anniversary. It's so exciting, and to really bring this together for you and I, Ibris, I know something that we're going to have to do, and that, my friend, is have a good old-fashioned classic duel. I shall be playing with the Blue Eyes deck. You shall be playing with the Dark Magician deck. We're going to see exactly what happens here as we go into this. Are you ready? You ready for this?
As I will ever be, Bo.
You ready for this heat?
I remember earlier I said something about your continued loss streak.
Oh, this is smack talk. This is fighting talk, is it?
Just about.
Oh God. Okay, I'll choose to go first. Best of
Okay.
luck, Ibris.
Yeah, good luck, Ed.
May the best man win.
So I have the Dark Magician deck. You have the Blue Eyes White Dragon deck.
I certainly do, and I haven't actually looked through my deck at all, so this might require a little bit of
brave
reading
individual
from me.
that you are.
Yes.
Okay.
Just give me one moment, and I'll figure some things out. Okay.
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 Good thing there's an in-game timer, Ed.
Yeah, there certainly is. Right. Okay, I'm going to activate Pot of Prosperity because I can't get any battle damage anyway. Oh. Yeah, let's just go for 6. This is probably a bit bold of me, but I'm not going to use half of these. Cool. Okay.
Okay.
No, not Max C already, Ibris. Come
Hey,
on.
it could have been Ash Blossom and Joy Spring.
It could have been. Then I would really be in trouble. But now, oh, for goodness sake, Ibris. Okay.
Bingo machine go.
Oh, okay, which one am I going to pick here? I'm just having to read a couple of the things because I'm less familiar with Jet Dragon.
I'm also reading a couple of the things via the very helpful Duel log.
Okay, I'm going to add that to my hand
Okay.
and
so
hope
adding Jet
that things
Dragon.
start going my way. Oh, these can go back in any order. I simply don't care, Ibris. Okay.
Okay.
Okay. I got this, mate. I've got this. I know what I'm doing. I'm going to discard this.
So Melody of Awakening Dragon. You're going to add up to 2 dragon monsters.
Correct. I'm having to play this a little bit safely. Right, okay.
Interesting.
So far,
that you would
so good.
True Light and not a Blue Eyes White Dragon.
I didn't have a
Therefore-
Blue Eyes White
yeah.
Dragon, Ibris,
will
otherwise I
assume
would have
that you
done
did not
exactly
have a
that.
Blue Eyes White Dragon in your hand.
Right.
Now you do, though.
Oh. Okay, I'm going to show you my Blue Eyes White Dragon with alternative artwork in order
Wow.
to summon Blue Eyes Alternative White Dragon.
Okay.
I mean, this is all I can do so far. Right, in that case... Oh, no, I don't want to do that, do I?
Yeah, you want to special summon again so that I can draw again off of Maxi?
No.
You sure?
Yes. Okay, I'm going to set one. And then... Oh, no. I'm also going to set this. So now I've got a little bit of defense. I've got
Okay.
myself one of my Blue Eyes monsters. And I've got a cheeky set card. But
yeah,
what is
so
it?
Blue Eyes Alternative Dragon, it is strong. It has the ability to be special summoned. It's pretty reliable. The only thing is that even though it does have that once per turn destruction, because it's not a quick effect, it means that it's only usable during your main phase.
That is correct, Ibris. I'm going to pass the turn over to you now. I'm not going to play your Max C challenge. I'm going to stop summoning things so that you stop getting cards.
Okay. Speaking of getting cards,
What's Ibris going to do? With such a formidable Blue Eyes field, Ibris.
okay. I will start with this.
I really don't like where this is going.
Magician Souls.
Hello, Magician Souls. You're going to send 2 spell traps from your hand to the grave.
Yes.
Okay, there goes Called by the Grave. So,
Get Magician Salvation.
okay, Magician's Salvation, eh?
We'll set Eternal Soul.
When this card is activated, you can set 1 Eternal Soul directly from your deck. If you normal summon or special summon Dark Magician or Dark Magician Girl, you can target one of those monsters, special summon 1 Dark Magician or Dark Magician Girl from your graveyard with a different name than the monster. They see. So this is how you're going to get both Dark Magician and Dark Magician Girl out.
Rather, it would have been had I not misplayed.
Ha ha ha! Looks like things are coming up, Ed.
Instead of special summoning that, I should have special summoned the Dark Magician that I sent off of the effect.
Ah, beautiful misplay. Exactly where I wanted you, Ibris. Take your time, my friend.
Thank you.
'Tis only a single set monster with 0 defense at this point. Or defense position, rather. That isn't even set.
This is the most awkward combo that I've had to do.
Oh, goodness. Are we seeing a synchro into something here?
We
Or
are
just
seeing a link.
a link, are we?
A link.
I was going to say, I couldn't actually think of any level 2 synchros off the top of my head. Oh, Nightmare Cerberus, eh? Cerberus, eh?
Yes, indeed.
Let's see what you've done there. Oh, you're going to destroy my card, are you?
I am.
Well, that's incredibly annoying. However, ha! You fell for my trap, or effect, because now I can special summon Blue Eyes Jet Dragon with its amazing summon animation. Because you destroyed one of my monsters.
And with that, I will pass my turn.
Okay. Looks like it's all down to me. Okay, yeah, I can still do something with this.
Another Melody of Awakening Dragon.
You're dang right, Ibris.
Okay, I will use Eternal Soul.
Oh no. Every Dark Magician in your monster is unaffected by your opponent's card effects. If this face-up card leaves the field, destroy all monsters you control. Okay. So you're going to special summon your Dark Magician from the grave. Aha, there it is. Okay. Not bad. Not bad, Ibris. However, you already know what I'm going to do. By discarding one, I'm able to add to my hand a further 2 different Blue Eyes monsters. What are you about to do? I can see you thinking over there. What are you doing? Chronicle Magician.
Yes.
Okay. Let's summon this card in defense position. Target one Dark Magician or Blue Eyes in your monster zone. It gains... Whoa! Oh, goodness. Okay.
Attack it, Ed. Attack it.
No. I don't need to do that. I don't need to see how that goes. Look, behold, my Blue Eyes White Dragon, which means I can summon out Blue Eyes Alternative Dragon once again. I don't think I wanted to do that.
Welcome to my life.
They can't be destroyed, though, can they, because of Eternal Soul? Unaffected by your opponent's card effects.
Ah, okay.
Okay. Okay, right. Let's think this through. Right, okay. I have something that I can do here. And I will.
Please
Right.
do.
I'm having to think a lot of this through, I'm sorry. No, never mind. That's not how I want to go about doing this. Okay, I'm going to get rid of these 2 so that I can summon out the real Blue Eyes White
no.
Dragon. And by having these on the field, I can now move straight in to my battle phase, where I can deal significant damage to you, Ibris.
You also could have used the Blue Eyes Jet Dragon to destroy the Chronicle Magician, then return Eternal Soul to my hand.
I see.
And then...
Maybe I should have considered that.
Ah, okay. Maybe you can still do it now, actually. Oops.
Other cards you control cannot be destroyed by card effects. I'm just double checking if there is an effect that you do that. No, I think you're thinking of... Do you mean my alternative white
No,
dragon?
Blue Eyes Jet Dragon, the final effect. At the start of the damage step, if this card battles, you can target one card your opponent controls, return it to their hand.
Ah, okay. Well, thank you for the help.
So if you send the Eternal Soul back to my hand, it will destroy everything on my side of the field.
Well, consider that exactly what I'll do, Ibris. I appreciate the coaching.
Anytime, my friend.
Attack him directly, Blue Eyes. Ah, goodness me. Okay, what can I do now? Am I going to do anything now? Can I do anything in my main phase 2? Let me double check.
Considering you have no hand, probably not.
No, that is a good point. Right. That's enough, Ibris. I shan't torment you any longer. Over to you, good sir.
Hmm.
Oh, I see you thinking over there.
Yes, indeed.
With only 3 cards in your hand, one
Ah.
of which I sent back myself. You just misplayed again.
Yep.
For goodness sake, Ibris. Well, you have the Eternal Soul. That means you can still get one out, can't you? Because doesn't that summon it from the... Oh, well, that's a trap card, so you'd have to activate it on my turn. Well, 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 Ibris. It seems you're in quite the pickle. Oh, this has gone exquisitely well for me.
Yes, for you.
For you. Okay. Hmm. Okay, I'm going to take a risk here. Goodbye, Magician's Souls. I don't know why I did that. Because I assume... Wait, never mind. I assumed something else. I assumed wrong. I got greedy, Ibris. I got greedy.
Happens to the best of
It
us.
certainly does, mate. There comes that Dark Magician. Well, there goes your Magician's Souls. Well, I'm going to move over to my battle phase. I can't attack with that. But I can attack with a regular Blue Eyes White Dragon. In fact, I won't. I shall attack with Jet Dragon. Then activate its effect in order to dismiss Eternal Soul once again. Goodbye. Right, now I can attack directly there with the Blue Eyes White Dragons. You're only down to 600 life points at this point, Ibris.
Mm-hmm.
Things are really looking my way. I am going to end my turn. Can you do anything, Ibris? Can you play with your 600 puny life points remaining?
Let's see.
Let's see indeed.
This face down that you've had since turn 1 is scaring me.
I bet it is. You could say goodbye to your Dark Magic Circle there with my 91.1% usage. Ash Blossom in the Joyous Spring. Say goodbye to your Dark Magic Circle. There's nothing you can do.
Indeed, there is nothing I can do.
Is this you admitting defeat?
Yeah.
Is this it?
I think you can just bounce Eternal Soul back to my hand.
Eternally.
Ooh.
I can do it eternally. Ibris.
Actually, wait a second.
Oh, good. Okay.
Please continue your turn.
Oh, I will. Oh, I will. Don't you worry, Ibris. I'm going to attack with my Blue Eyes alternative of White Dragon. Oh, this again. Special summon one Dark Magician from your hand or graveyard. We've seen this already. There's that Dark Magician intercepting my Blue Eyes alternative dragon. Uh-oh. No, you're going to get rid of Jet Dragon? Oh, no.
Indeed.
Well, that's okay. Right? No. No. Not like this, Ibris. Well, I still have one attack left.
Ooh.
Say goodbye to the Dark Magician. Oh, gosh. I could have done so much
I
more.
still have 100 life points.
I could have done so much more. Why didn't I? Can I do anything on my main phase 2?
Can we do it? The comeback.
Yeah, activate this effect. Let's get another one of these.
Oh, you can get White Stone of Legend?
Certainly can, Ibris. Or do I get White Stone of Ancients?
Oh, okay.
Well, I can't think of a way to get it there. I'll just get this into my hand. Get the White Stone of Legend. Okay. I will end my turn.
Okay.
But it's not looking grand for you.
Oh.
With only 100 life points remaining, you're right on the edge. There's your Eternal Soul again. For goodness sake. I'm sick of seeing that card, Ibris. Stop tormenting me. No. 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 That's not how we're going to play this. Oh, hang on. I don't like where this is going. Hang on. Am I subject of my own hubris?
There is a good chance that I make this comeback happen. By
Yeah,
the way.
I'm really worried you might, actually. Because there is nothing I can do. Unless, of course, the heart of the cards is with me, Ibris.
Is it?
I draw for turn. Oh my goodness, my gracious good heavens.
What did you get?
I'll show you what I got. For instance, I can finally use the card that I set face down at the beginning of the duel. It was a bluff this entire time, Ibris. Are you going to put down another Eternal Soul?
No, it's the same Eternal
Oh,
Soul, but
right,
I'm going to
okay.
put down another Dark Magician.
No. Stop it.
Actually, I could have timed that better. Oh well.
Okay, well, there's another Dark Magician. We get to see that summon animation again as it comes out, slams itself onto the field. No cards can be added from deck. Well, that was useful.
So
Okay.
I could have timed that so that I could get another free banish, but it's okay.
You could have done, Ibris. Coulda, shoulda, woulda. I am going to summon out Blue Eyes Alternative White Dragon. And at the same time, I will then activate... Wait. I don't think I can use this, but I'll try anyway.
Does it bingo machine go?
You're dang right it is.
Wow.
Okay. Bingo machine go. Ultimate Fusion and 2 Dragons Spirit of Whites. You have to pick. Which one did you pick? You got me the Fusion card!
Good.
That is what we like to see. Okay, hang on. I need to play this carefully. I need to play this very carefully. Okay, hang on. Hang on just a second. Let's try this fusion. Okay. I like where this is going.
I'm not
I
sure if
probably
I
could
did.
have used its effect before doing this, but it doesn't matter. Come forth! My ultimate creature! Neo. Blue... Oh, destroy a card, yes. I will destroy... Dark Magic Circle... No! Wait. I will destroy Eternal Soul... Oh god, I almost misplayed there. Good heavens. Okay, there it goes. Oh, have I misplayed here by doing that? No, this
No,
could be
you're good.
it.
I think that's it.
I finally get it. I get to attack. Go, Neo Blue Eyes Ultimate Dragon. And that's it. I cannot believe how well that's actually gone. I didn't think I'd win this, Ibris. I'm not going to lie to you.
Yeah, I was also not expecting you to win, if I'm honest, but hey. Sometimes that's how it goes.
You did have a couple of misplays.
Mostly around Magician Souls.
Entirely around Magician Souls.
Entirely around Magician Souls.
But to be fair, I think regardless of that, you played a lot better than I did because I had to read every card more than once just to make sure I knew what I was doing.
I think I did
this deck
give you a
before.
win condition by telling you what Eternal Soul did when removed from the field by Blue Eyes Jet Dragon.
Yeah, you did actually. So basically, I'd said midway through that you coached me to the victory.
Sometimes that is how it goes. Sometimes the coach doesn't read their own cards. So.
Yeah, that's the expression, I believe. Well, commiserations, mate. Congratulations to me. That's probably the only time I'm ever going to win a duel on one of these, so I'm taking the victory while I can get it. But well played, Ibris. I enjoyed dueling you.
Thank you very much, Ed. I enjoyed dueling you too. Would you like a handshake?
I would, absolutely. Good sportsmanship.
Yeah.
That's what we like to see.
Rescue Rabbit, the mate in real life.
Yeah, obviously, just really keeping us company, watching over us as I trashed you at Master Duel. Sorry, I said I wouldn't gloat, but here we are. Anyway, Ibris, that's enough of us messing around. It is unfortunately time for us to end this show. But thank you to all of you guys who've been watching at home this month in Master Duel. I really enjoyed doing the show, and we've managed to talk about some really, really cool stuff this week.
Yeah, really happy to be celebrating 2 years of Yu-Gi-Oh! Master Duel. Really happy to be here to be able to present this stuff to you guys. Honestly, some fantastic cards, some fantastic accessories, a lot of really cool stuff coming to the game as of recent, and couldn't be happier with how things are going.
Absolutely, and make sure that you guys take part in that login campaign, and also take part in that poll to make sure that you can decide what our next protector is going to be. Head to the website, head to the socials, and take part.
And also, speaking of taking part, so many tournaments, Challenger Cup coming up, the Invitational at the end of the month to watch as well with your favorite content creators. There's a lot of cool stuff happening.
There certainly is. So if you guys have got anything else that you want to be doing, make sure that you guys tune in to more of these shows so that you can see exactly what's going to be happening in Master Duel in the months to come. We'll see you next time.